Steph, coming off of what happened last week, what's the mentality level right now going into game back here at home?
Keep bringing that up. It's like a week ago.
I know, right? You ready to just get it over with?
Yeah, because we looked at the things for a few days. We digested the things that we needed to learn from, the things that we did well in that game too. And from that point on, I was trying to move forward, get ready for Minnesota, a good side, and focus on ourselves and make sure we're ready for it.
A better question, Steph, might be: was the I know there was a message. Was the message received by this group, a veteran group that kind of can push it to the side, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, I think this was an expected moment. It's at some point, right? At some point, you're gonna falter. You're gonna have a bad performance. You're gonna miss, or you're gonna give up points that you shouldn't. And then the question is, how do you respond? That moment was inevitable. It sucked that it happened against Portland, but it was inevitable. So I think we were prepared for it because we know that it's going to happen at some point. And the bigger picture is more, how do you respond? And so we're back home now against a good opponent. Like I said, we give them all the respect. I think they're a good side. They've proven they can go to tough places like St. Louis against at that time an undefeated team and get a result. So we're not treating it lightly, but we want to get back on the horse.
Steph, so what kind of practice week did you have? I mean, was it extra intense, or to your point, it's a veteran team you just knew how to practice hard to get ready for Minnesota?
It's practicing hard, but at the same time, you don't want to change things too much, right? I mean, just because things are going well, we're not practicing lightly beforehand, right? So it's really just trying to believe in the things we've been doing, believing that whether we win or lose or are satisfied or not satisfied, that the work is a foundation and it has to keep showing up, and that gives you comfort because it's a status quo in a way. So that's been good. I mean, for us as goalkeepers, obviously, yeah, we've looked at some things and we've been working on a few things here and there. Tommy had some anger in his shots this week, so that really, gets you prepared. I feel like you can face the toughest shot, and that's kind of, I think that was the point of all that.
Minnesota's missing Reynoso, but who has stood out to you in watching and prepping for them?
I think the team. I think the fact that you lose a player who gets all that attention. Sometimes teams sacrifice maybe a little bit of team unity and identity to try to cater to a certain individual. And I see a team that's more unlocked and plays together. A team that's more cohesive and maybe more balanced, more even. So I don't see one guy who stands out. It's the whole team. I think they found a lot of success coming over their left side. So we're going to have to make sure we're on top of that. They cross balls a lot and they get numbers in. They get 4 to 5 players into the box consistently. So we're going to have to make sure we put pressure on crosses and then also pick up runners, obviously.
With a player like Leo, how have you seen him, or what have you seen from him to kind of work his way into the starting lineup?
Well, I think he had a good preseason, and he showed that he, was hungry to get minutes. Then when the minutes arrived, at first a bit sparingly, I think he was willing to do what the team needed, which was really nice. It's an attacking-minded player coming in. I remember his first few games here, getting subbed in and doing a lot of defensive work. So I found that that's the hunger to get on the field. Coach, what do you need from me? I'll do it. And that's been really nice to see. Now that he's been starting a few games, it's trying to maintain that, and not just be like, okay, now I'll focus on the attacking-minded stuff, and I'll neglect that. It's you have to maintain that and be efficient or contributing factor on both sides of the field. So it's been good. It's been a good progression, and it's good to see him happy too. I think he's a guy who likes to be happy. I mean, everybody likes to be happy. Nobody likes to be miserable, but he's a jolly guy, and when he's happy, I think that the team vibes off of that.
And then with Nico, he's somebody that could, with so many positives going on, you can kind of sometimes overlook him a little bit, but he seems like he's really having a good season too. What have you kind of, in comparisons to last season, or not last season, past seasons for him, what have you kind of seen as far as what's working for him this year to help you guys?
Yeah, I mean, Nico's always had qualities, and the biggest thing is we need him to be available on the field to be able to utilize his qualities. He's got an engine like nobody else, and I think players that have to face him know that they're going to be chasing him left and right, and he just never tires, and that's a pain in the butt for opponents. And so at his age, that's especially. I'm not saying he's old, but he's a veteran. But for him to still be doing that, and that's part of his game, right? And so also a testament to his hard work in the offseason and everything he does on a daily basis to be logging a lot of minutes right now and doing it so effectively. So hopefully we can maintain that, because I know with him too, he's happy when he's on the field. It takes a lot of work to be able to put all those minutes on the field, but so far so good.
Anything special for the birthday?
My mom cooked an awesome meal, cordon bleu. Yeah, made me a cake, and we just celebrated together, so it was amazing.
Happy birthday.
Thank you.
Thank you.